Falcon and Winter Soldier just recently ended, but it's still heavy on my mind as Sam did get to become Cap, but in this video I'm going to give you 3 reasons as to why he'll be a better Captain America than Steve Rogers. Hey everybody, welcome to the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel. I am your resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller, and today I want to take just a few minutes to talk a little bit more in depth about Sam Wilson's Captain America. But before we dive in, I wanted to remind you to check out animatedapparelcompany.com using the link down in the description for all your awesome nerdy merch from video games, movies, anime, all that awesome stuff. Be sure to use the link down in the description and use the code Aaron20 to get 20% off your order. Now back to the video. So now Sam has taken up the mantle of Captain America, which he felt a lot of pressure to do and fill the shoes of Steve Rogers. But I think that there's some distinct differences that he can be better than Steve Rogers and be an overall better Captain America. Let's go ahead and start with the most obvious thing first. So now Sam has taken up the mantle of Captain America just as he did in the comics. But before he did so, Sam felt a lot of pressure to follow in Steve Rogers' footsteps. And as we all know, Steve Rogers was a very morally just person. But Sam has an opportunity to not only fill the shoes of Captain America, but to be a better Captain America. Let's start with the most obvious reason, and something even Sam said himself, that relates to the backlash he may face and the obstacles he will need to overcome. In a speech to the GRC, Sam says, "I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it. Even now, here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment, and there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better. We can't demand that people step up if we don't meet them halfway." This is only a fraction of Sam's speech in the finale, and although it does have remnants of a very Steve Rogers-esque style speech, Sam makes several distinctions that make it obvious that him being a black man in this role, something that they never let Isaiah Bradley do before him, means that he will face a lot of criticism and racism. But that won't stop him from doing the right thing and always putting out his hand to help, even if it means it will get pushed away. And this makes Sam a prime example for the world at large to strive for better. To know that making progress goes beyond power and skin color, but it's about doing the right thing. And that takes us to the next point, which Sam is vastly different from Steve in that he isn't unbreakable. As we heard in Sam's speech earlier, he doesn't have any super serum. Sam is just a guy in a suit. Granted, it's a sweet looking suit that was never confirmed to be made of or integrated with vibranium, but we can assume so considering Bucky gave it to him as a gift from Wakanda. The point is that Sam is vulnerable without the suit. He is the everyman walking down the street, going to get groceries, etc. He doesn't have Steve's overpowered ability to be super strong, super thinking, quick healing, and more. He will have vulnerabilities that will make him more relatable to the viewers and to the community within the MCU. He'll need to get help and be creative every so often, whereas Steve could just muscle his way through a situation if need be. Sam has to think and get creative, which is a hero that I would consider myself gravitating more than the Steve Rogers type, although Captain America is still my favorite in the MCU. And this leads to the final point that I want to make, that Sam is able to associate and relate to the problems of today. Sam is an everyman very much in the way of Steve Rogers, but he has a distinct advantage of being connected to today. Sam hasn't been frozen in ice for 60 plus years. He doesn't have to be a man out of time, but rather a man of the time. He can relate to issues current in today's culture, and they even showed this to us on several occasions in Falcon and Winter Soldier, not just when Sam being stopped by the police after having an argument with Bucky in the street, but also with the difficulty of getting a loan at the bank trying to save his family business. Sam faces a lot of different issues that Steve could never approach, as he had a moral compass, but there was little he could relate to. Sam can be the representation to so many minorities and the experiences that they may have, whereas Steve was a hero of the people in a general and broad sense. Sam can be the people's champ and be a relatable face. Someone that everyday people, not the government, not the GRC, no one can control, but he provides the ideals and positive figurehead that he needs to be. So those are pretty much all my thoughts on Sam becoming Captain America. What do you think about these topics? Do you think that Sam will be a better Captain America than Steve Rogers? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe to make sure you join the AAC universe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future content from me or the rest of the AAC team. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we hope to see you in the next video.